Hi guys, so unfortunately I filmed the tutorial, but of course I ran out of space. I deleted some things and so I can get this video up, but I don't know how much space I have. I just need to break down and get another SD card on them. But anyway, this is a review on the Covergirl Flawless 3-in-1 and in Q805 in Amber Glow. They have the name on the back and just the number on the front. I'm going to tell you how I feel about this foundation. I have it on right now. As I said before, I did a tutorial. This is what I used. I used a sponge this time. I've tried it with brushes and they all seem to work equally well. Of course, I kind of think I might prefer this sponge because this foundation sets pretty quickly. So using a brush, you have to work in sections or pretty quickly to get an even application. So I've heard that this has been compared to Makeup Forever HD, and I'm gonna disagree with that. I have the HD foundation, and my shade in the HD foundation is 173. It probably helped to have it so I can show you the color difference. But anyway, this is more of a neutral shade. And the good thing about this range is they do have different, in the same shade range, they have different undertones. So this one is more of a neutral. They have a golden one that's more golden neutral undertone, and one that's a redder undertone. All in my shade range, if that makes sense. So, you know, if you're, let's say, in MAC, your NC50, and in that range, it would have a red undertone, a yellow undertone, and a neutral undertone. So it really just it's really about finding what shade works best for you. I've actually purchased the 810, the 815, and the 805, and this 805 is the one that matches me. The 815 is give me more of a bronzier sun-kissed look, which is good as well, but as far as matching me, it's going to be this Q805. So I think the shade range is awesome. The problem is, if you are, I say, a shade or two lighter than me, you may have a problem finding your shade in this foundation, because surprisingly this shade runs pretty deep, but on the lighter end of the spectrum, it doesn't really go too far. If I'm not mistaken, I think the lightest shade would be an 800. So if this is an 805, that gives you an idea of what an 800 looks like, and if it'll you know, if it'll match your skin tone or not. So the foundation is matte. To me, it gives a medium to full coverage, closer to the full coverage end. I don't have on any concealer. Granted, I have pretty good skin. You know, I have those dark spots, but yeah, nothing really is going to cover those dark spots. I have to color correct them and then try to conceal, and which you're still gonna, they're still gonna show through, since they're it's such a large area of hyperpigmentation. But otherwise, if you have blemishes, you may or may not have to spot conceal, because this is pretty good coverage. Like I said, it is a matte finish. It has SPF 20 in it, so you may want to beware of flash photography with this foundation. I haven't seen any flashbacks, but I don't have, my camera isn't that great. So if you have an up-to-date camera and it picks up every little thing, it could flash back on you. But yeah, guys, that's it. Out of all the drugstore foundations I've been trying lately, I really like this one. It's not disappointing. It has a pump. The only thing that can be a little drawback to me is the pump. it's hard to get just a little out of the pump, and with one pump you do get a lot of product. So you know, you may want to be mindful when you pump out some how much you're pumping, because when I use this when I use this in my so-called tutorial that I can't upload, I used the full pump, and I actually used it because the sponge actually soaks up more concealer, more foundation that you would use if you had an actual brush. So, you know, I guess you could take that into consideration when applying this foundation. But like I said, either way, I got the same, gave me the same outcome pretty much. It's just I find it a little easier working with this sponge, but you know, that's about preference. This retails for me about $12.99. They have BOGOs and all of that with all the drugstores. And if you could find it in Walmart, I'm sure you could find it cheaper. Is it worth the price? Yes. I feel like depending on your skin type and skin tone is really what's gonna either sell this or not sell it. Like I said, for anyone lighter than me, you may or may not find your color. This to me is good for combination to oily skin, but dry skin can use this. But remember, this is going to dry matte, and most matte foundations are going to highlight your dry areas. I am very dry in here, so I had to really concentrate on not micro exfoliating, which is why I use the sponge instead of the brush. So if you are a person with dry skin, you might want to try a sponge rather than a brush to apply this. Yeah, guys, so that's about it. I think this would be very good for me in the summer. If it matches, my skin has been getting lighter and lighter and changing in tone, which I already knew would happen. Same with my hair. With that chemo, it kind of like, you know, did a number on my hair and my skin, in which, you know, it changed a lot of things. So I'm not for sure if I'm going to be able to use this color in the summer, but this will be very good for controlling any oily areas I might have, because it is matte. So that's it, guys. If you've been looking for a foundation and haven't been able to match your skin, your undertone, I think this will be a good product to pick up because it's cheap. If you can't necessarily find it, you can always buy two on a BOGO and you know, still be cheaper than the rest of it. But yeah, I honestly actually kind of like this better than the HD foundation because it is so matte, and it, like, I don't get transfer. Like, it dries and you can barely tell it's on there. It's not heavy at all. It goes on. When it first go on, you think, hey, this might be heavy, but it dries pretty good. Like, you know, I don't have any transfer. It's dry. It's not gonna come off. So yeah, guys, I hope that review helped you out a little, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.